organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, the debate over the Dakota Access Pipeline continues. And later, one Iowa City brewery has big plans for its new location.
It was a great win for Iowa men's basketball last night.
And we've got your update on women's golf.
Today, the high temperature continues. I've got your weather update coming up.
We've got all that and more coming your way, so don't go anywhere. Daily Iowan TV starts right now. Good morning and thanks for tuning in. I'm Cole Johnson. Iowa's top attorney will not be representing the state in a lawsuit challenging the recently passed collective bargaining laws. Collective bargaining allows teachers and other employees to negotiate wages and other conditions as a group. The American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees Iowa Council 61 filed a suit Monday against the state. Attorney General Tom Miller is refusing to represent the state. The lawsuit poses a possible conflict of interest for Miller, who has been supported by public sector unions in the past. The AFSCME filed the suit Monday on the grounds that the law removing collective bargaining rights for public workers is unconstitutional. Iowa Grannies for a Livable Future and the Mississippi Stand Solidarity Network teamed up to keep the fight alive against the Dakota Access Pipeline last night. A rally formed outside of City Hall in the effort to get the city on the side of the protesters. Daily Iowan TV reporter Noah Gowdy was on location to find out more about this rally.
Following a federal judge's decision to reject a request to block the Dakota Access Pipeline, protesters have not given up on their battle. A rally was held yesterday outside of City Hall in protest against environmental and financial concerns with the pipeline.
Mainly, we're concerned about the environment. The pipeline goes through 18 counties in Iowa. It goes under or through about 200 bodies of water.
Those that came to the rally were able to fill out affidavits to push for environmental impact studies to be done on the pipeline.
The strength behind these affidavits is that they get notarized by a notary, ideally, and then sent forward so that actually carries the weight of the system, so to speak.
The group's main reasons for coming out and holding this rally were to get more people on board in the fight against the pipeline and to also ask the Iowa City Council to divest all of their funds from financial institutions that invested in the pipeline.
You get to vote with your money where your money goes, and you can say, no, I'm not okay with this pipeline. No, I'm not okay with what's happening.
If the city were to divest their money, they would have to move more than $10 million to different banks.
We're here tonight to ask them to move that money to local banks and credit unions to put it in places, financial institutions that don't support the pipeline.
Last night, the UI Department of Public Safety sent an email to the UI community that another sexual assault has occurred on campus. UI officials received a report of sexual assault around the early hours of Saturday, February 18th at an unnamed East Side residence hall. Victims of sexual assault are strongly encouraged to seek medical attention as soon as possible. To report a sexual assault, call 911 or the UI Police Department. More information about sexual assault can be provided by the Office of Sexual Misconduct. There's a new brewery coming to Iowa City. The construction is almost complete and is going to be one of the biggest breweries in town. Daily Iowan TV reporter Gustavo Mier has more on what to look forward to on opening day.
Opening in mid-March, the Big Grove Brewery in Iowa City will feature 337 seats for diners inside, another 60 to 70 seats outdoors, and a staff of about 60 people.
Outdoor space, it's going to have a park feel to it. It's going to have tons of green space, lots of open trees, tons of picnic tables and games and such for the outside for everybody. Inside as well, tons of space, different kind of seating arrangements, again, games and everything else, but then also a private area as well that we can kind of showcase and bring people in to use and put on parties or events.
Located at 1225 South Gilbert Street, Big Grove, Iowa City will be the centerpiece of a multi-property overhaul near the intersection of Gilbert Street and Highway 6, making it an ideal location on opening day come mid-March.
We've added a lot of pieces of technology and equipment to help us produce some of the best beer that we can, and so we just aspire to be one of the best breweries in the country. So we're going to work hard to do that.
The proximity to the University of Iowa's campus will make it more convenient than its counterpart in Salone. The Big Grove will also feature an outdoor space.
I'm looking forward to seeing the place in full motion, where we have customers running around out front and we're brewing at full capacity in the back here, and just kind of seeing the whole picture come together.
The Big Grove will be a casual place for families to enjoy. Reporting live from Big Grove, Iowa City, Gustavo Meyer, Daily Iowan TV.
Well, Ife, it's been so nice. I've felt like we're already in spring. Are we looking forward to this more this week?
Cole, I'm sorry to tell you, but this is the last of it. We'll see. So that's all for now. In the next few days, there'll be some cold weather.
Yeah.
So, yeah. In the next few days, expect a drastic change in the weather as we'll be heading towards cooler temperatures. This morning and into the afternoon, we'll see sunny skies with temperatures at a high of 73 degrees. As the day progresses into the evening, temperatures will drop to 37 degrees. On Thursday morning, expect a windy day with temperatures at 55 degrees. There's an 80% chance of rain showers, so consider leaving home with an umbrella. Taking a look at the rest of the week, Friday will be cloudy with a low in the 20s. Over the weekend, temperatures are going to range between the 40s and 20s, so you would want to break out the heavier jackets once again. Early next week, expect rain showers. It seems like we're gradually getting back into the winter temperatures, so definitely go out and enjoy the last of this early spring we've got going on. Cole, back to you.
Megabus is planning a return to Iowa City and Coralville. The company canceled the route nearly 2 months ago due to a reduced demand. According to a news release Tuesday, the company will be adding service from Nebraska through Iowa to Chicago. The new service will begin on March 1st and will have one bus daily traveling in each direction. In addition to the return of stops in Coralville, Chicago, and Omaha, the route will also include service to Lincoln and Moline. The 2017 Iowa Regional First Tech Challenge Robotics Competition will be held this upcoming Saturday at the Marriott Hotel in Coralville. This is a program at the University of Iowa that gives high school students the opportunity to design, build, and program their own robots. The teams then use the robots to compete in an alliance format against other teams. Mentors, coaches, and volunteers work to make First Tech Challenge a place where students learn about working in teams, communicating effectively, and having good sportsmanship.
Done by the youth. In addition, we have about 80 volunteers who'll be helping out at Saturday's event, and it's great for them to celebrate the accomplishments of the youth because they are really the engineers and scientists and innovators of tomorrow.
The First Tech Championships will have 200 teams in Iowa. Teams must qualify through either league championships or the super qualifier tournaments to participate. The event will be live streamed at www.firstinspires.org/robotics/FTC. And that was a big game for Iowa Hawkeye basketball team last night. Let's toss it over to the sports studio for more on how the team stepped it up.
Iowa Hawkeyes definitely did a good job with executing in the fourth quarter and overtime. Peter Jock and Cook definitely stepped up when the team needed them most.
Definitely, with kind of a little slow start. Coming back from that, I think Bear had an incredible game. Honestly, I couldn't go to sleep.
Well, the Hawkeyes were able to finally get a win last night against the Hoosiers, who have beaten the top teams in the country, which will hopefully give Iowa confidence going into the rest of their regular season. Mary Kate Harrion has more from Carver Hawkeye Arena.
After yet another slow start, the Hawkeyes were finally able to end their 3-game losing streak before hitting the road and facing the top 2 teams in the Big Ten. Peter Jacques sparked the team with a big 3 halfway through the first half and ended as the game high scorer with 35 points, with 22 of his points being free throws. Tyler Cook was extremely dominant underneath the basket with 14 points and 5 rebounds, while Nicholas Bear was a major spark off the bench with 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists.
Both teams fought. We had some tough losses recently, so have they. I wanted our guys to compete. I wanted them to play well. I wanted them to be connected. And obviously we were not at the start of the game. We were sideways. And the second group came in and picked us up. First group came back in and were really good. So I'm just really proud of how they sort of stuck together. And then we got so much productivity out of so many different people.
This is a big game, especially when I think we're tied for 8th in the Big Ten, and we didn't want to slip beyond that middle point to not get that bye for the Big Ten tournament. So we knew this was a huge game for us, and we wanted to come out with the win. and we wanted to stay above that second line and stay in the middle of the Big Ten, try to get the bye that first day. So.
I'm really proud of the young guys. They didn't give up. They kept fighting, and Coach Kirk kept telling us we got to fight till the end. So they really stuck in there, and I kept telling them just keep playing. Let's keep focused on defense because our offense gonna be there, and I think they really bought in tonight. And we just kept fighting until the end, and we came up with a win. So.
With the Hawkeyes coming out with the win, the Hoosiers' losing streak moves to 5, and hopefully the Hawkeyes can begin a winning streak as they only have 3 games left before the Big Ten tournament. The Hawkeyes are back in action on Saturday as they take on Maryland. Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Mary-Kate Harrian for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
As Mary-Kate said, hopefully the Hawkeyes will be able to play the way they did last night in their last 3 games.
That's right, Liv, and hopefully we will see more of Peter Jock we saw against Indiana as he broke school record last night. Zach Lohman has more from Jock's historic night.
Iowa Hawkeyes senior guard Peter Jock played lights out Tuesday night against a struggling Indiana Hoosiers team. Jock was 22 of 23 from the free throw line and recorded 3 steals on the night. Along with the almost perfect free throw percentage, Jock broke a school record of attempted free throws that was held previously by Don Nelson back in 1962. Head coach Fran McCaffrey wasn't surprised by Jock's ability to shoot the ball. He says that it is something that the senior has had since high school.
The time I saw him play as a freshman in high school, he's always had an unbelievable stroke. He has been a great shooter. Again, I can't speak to anything before that, but ever since I've known him, he's a shot maker. His form is textbook. He's got great confidence in it.
Points. The way teams guard me, when I get the free throw line, that's the easiest points I can get. So I try not to miss. I get mad at myself when I miss, but it's basketball. So.
Jock's teammates also weren't surprised by his stellar night. Freshman Tyler Cook talks about how the senior is always working on his game whenever he gets the chance.
He's always been, one of the hardest working guys I've ever met in my life. And so my first impression of him when I got to the summer is, how hard he worked. He's in the gym, morning, noon, or night, even when we have practice those days.
With only 3 games left in the season, it'll be interesting if Peter Jock can break any more school records. Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Zachary Lohman with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Hawks will be on the road for their next 2 games this upcoming Saturday and Tuesday, and they'll be back in Carver on Sunday, March 5th to take on Penn State.
Now in women's sports, women's golf are teeing off their new golf season. Star Alyssa Suarez will be competing hard to get her new team into the NCAA tournament.
Alyssa Suarez was born and raised in Oviedo, Asturias, Spain, and is now one of the stars of the golf team. Suarez came from humble beginnings on her way to becoming a successful golfer.
All my family is involved in golf, so we used to play every Sunday. My dad, my mom, my older sister, and me. So it's the way that we started.
Suarez approves of the team's sharp chemistry as the Hawkeyes move ahead in the season.
It's really good. We have a good chemistry, and it's always very positive environment. I think it's pretty much thanks to both coaches. They always bring a lot of enthusiasm and good attitude.
Head coach Megan Manzel has been helping Suarez perform at her top level early on in the season.
I think it was really interesting because Alyssa actually had never come to Iowa before she actually arrived here on campus. So it was a very exciting, moment to meet her. We'd obviously Skyped a lot and talked about the university, but she's definitely come out of her shell a little bit more. I mean, that's a long ways to go away from home, and she's handled it really well. I think she's really working right now on her confidence, and I think that she's a very good player when she, believes that she can go out there and do that. So I think that we'd like to see her get that spark back, but I think just overall she continues to, grow in lots of different areas of her game.
Suarez will need to perform well this season to lead her team to the NCAA tournament. Reporting from the Hogue Golf Complex, this is Will Silverstein, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Suarez averaged a 74 last season and is looking to improve as the Hawkeyes start up the new campaign.
That's all we have for you in the sports studio. Tune in tomorrow where we'll give you an update on baseball.
Cole, back to you.
And that'll wrap up this morning's edition. Be sure to pick up today's copy of the Daily Iowan, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.